Hi class, here's another lesson for challenges of middle and late adolescence. We have two parts for this. The video lecture I'll be doing today is for part 1. Before we proceed with the topic itself, here's the learning objectives. So to discuss the role of challenges during middle and late adolescence. So I hope that you'll be able to understand the role of challenges. Why do we have to encounter these challenges? Another is identify the personal challenges that an adolescent have experienced or currently experiencing. So I also hope that with the experience that I'll be sharing with you, it could also help you or inspire you to overcome your challenges. And lastly, identify ways on how to become a responsible adolescent of adult life. All right, let's begin. So what do you think are the challenges faced by Filipino middle and late adolescents today? Well, for now, ganito yan eh. May mga times that now that I'm in my late 30s, naisip ko din na pabigat ng pabigat yung mga challenges. Pahirap ng pahirap yung mga challenges. Again, this is not to discourage you, pero alam nyo, the moment kasi nga na yung challenges mo ay nag-iiba, ibig sabihin, na-overcome mo yung before at nadidevelop, natututo ka doon sa dati mo or natututo ka doon sa challenge mo na, sa sitwasyon mo na yon, and then once you overcome it, the next time you get in that same or similar situation, at least alam mo na yung gagawin mo. Or if there is someone, your colleague or your friend na nakakaranas ng sitwasyon na yon, at least you can share kung ano man yung ginawa mo para malagpasan yung sitwasyon na yon. For now, syempre iba na yung sitwasyon ko, iba yung sitwasyon ko sa dinadanas nyo ngayon. Sitwasyon ko kasi syempre, nasa stage na ako na mami na ako, may anak na ako, pamilyado ako, at the same time nag-work. So, medyo iba yung, mabigat yung mga challenges ko kasi may challenge ako pang mommy, may challenge ako na pang wife, may challenge din ako pang teacher. Okay? So, yun yung medyo mahirap. Sa inyo naman, siguro sa level ninyo, yung mahirap na rin yung sitwasyon ninyo kasi nga, syempre mag-iisip ka ng internet mo. Paano kung wala kang internet? Paano kung mag-e-exam kayo, tapos isang attempt lang, tapos nawalan ka ng kuryente? Yung mga ganun ba, ng mga challenges din na pwede nyo ring ma-face. Especially sa sitwasyon natin ngayon. So some common challenges people face during adolescence. So maintaining social relationships. Ayan, social relationships includes family, friends, syempre romantic, and generally anything involving socialization. So relationships deal with belongingness, role management, and conflict. For now, dahil nasa bahay lang tayo, our social relationship, that is with our family. Friends, siguro mga kapitbahay nyo, pero syempre hindi naman tayo masyadong naglalabas ngayon because of the pandemic. So ngayon, talaga, ang mas maganda talaga na hanggat nandiyan kayo sa sitwasyon is to improve your relationship with your family. Health and nutrition, ayan, very relevant sa panahon ngayon. Okay, so challenge din yan. Why? Syempre, may mga times na hindi na tayo masyadong nakakatulog ng 8 hours. Okay? 6 to 8 hours nga eh. Pero minsan 4 hours lang because of ang daming task. because of procrastination, di ba? Lagi tayo, mamaya na yan, bukas na yan, bukas na yan, hanggang sa deadline na, sa doon ka magmamadali. May mga times naman kasi, ano tayo dahil nga sa sobra, tulad ngayon, online tayo, so whole day, you're facing the monitor of your screen or your cell phone, and then, nakaupo ka lang. So, without any exercises, and then, may times na nakakalimutan mo ng kumain kasi nga may klase ka ng lunchtime. Nakakalimutan mo na kumain. Minsan, nagkakapi ka na lang. Okay? Which is, again, hindi tama. Kailangan talaga kumain ka kahit papano kasi nga, gumagana yung utak. Body image. Okay? For body image, siyempre, andyan na yung kailangan malinis ka sa katawan mo, okay? Kailangan maayos yung sa pagsusuklay, okay? Yung pananamit mo. Ayan, yung mga challenges natin kasi may mga times na we want to be part, again, as I mentioned with the previous lesson, diba, we want to be part of a group. And the only time that we become part of that group, dapat meron kayong common. Okay? Minsan, lalo na sa panahon ngayon, ang common, di ba, yung medyo social, mag-gadget, paano kung wala kang ganun? Or branded ang damit, ikaw wala ka naman masyadong pambili. So, it becomes a challenge. Self-esteem. Okay? May mga times na natatakot tayo kasi pag na-mispronounce natin yung isang bagay or nagkamali tayo ng grammar, hello, nag-aaral tayo. So that's okay. And also, if we speak if we use a different language other than Filipino, okay, English is not it's not our native language. That is our second language. So, again, inevitable naman for us talaga na magkamali tayo. So, walang perfect, alright? Next is material poverty. Okay, it's also a challenge. Again, especially now that we are in this kind of situation, sobrang kailangan natin ng internet, sobrang kailangan natin ng gadget. Paano kung walang pambili? Paano kung kulang? Lalo na kung, syempre pipiliin mo food over your gadget. Kaya nga, di ba, may mga LGUs and also NGOs na nagkakaroon ng mga fundraising to help those students na wala silang gadget. And also, nakaisip ang DepEd na isa sa mga modalities in school year 2020-2021 ay yung module. Okay? So, for material poverty, ayan na, very timely kasi nga, maraming mas gusto, it's a challenge sa mga tao na hindi kaya bumili ng gadget na pwedeng gamitin online. Kaya nga meron tayong, ang DepEd ay merong modular na tinatawag, ito yung mga printed lessons or naka-module, and then binibigay siya bahay-bahay. Para nga naman dun sa mga tao na walang pang-online class. Values and beliefs, that's also a challenge. Kasi nga, again, magkakaiba tayo ng culture, magkakaiba tayo ng environment na pinagkalakihan. So, it's a challenge for us, especially if we are in a group na coming from different or with different background. So, challenge na paano mo ma-overcome yun? Paano mo yung mga differences natin when it comes to values and beliefs. Academics, okay, and that is another challenge. It's also a challenge for you know that. And career choice, it's another challenge. No? Especially that, kailan ba babalik ito na ba talaga itong new normal na to, ay tatagal. So, ang hirap maghanap ng trabaho, ang hirap mag-isip ng career na pwede siyang pang work from home. Diba? So, let's talk about social relationships. So, ayan, we always think of this. Matatanggap ba ako? Or malalait ako? Ayan, like the question on the picture. Will I be loved or will I be alone? Most of the time, gusto natin na, syempre again, sino ba naman yung gusto na mag-isa siya all his or her life, no? Wala naman siguro. And lahat tayo gusto natin maging part ng isang grupo. Lahat tayo gusto natin na magkaroon ng magustuhan, di ba? So what we do is we try to adapt doon sa kung ano yung kultura na meron sa grupo na yun so that ikaw, pwede kang madali kang makapasok at maging part ng grupo. I remember this movie, yung sa um, Mean Girls, ayan. If you guys remember that, or if you guys know that movie, or if not, then you could check YouTube for that. Yun sa Mean Girls, ayun, galing siya sa Africa, and then yung values niya, yung beliefs niya iba. Pagdating niya doon sa US, syempre iba kultura doon, very radical, di ba? At very liberated mga tao. And then parang nasya-shock siya, ganyan. And nakikita niya yung mga, kasi matalino siya eh. Kaya lang, belong siya doon sa grupo na hindi katanggap-tanggap ng society. Yun nga, di ba yung mga tinatawag, the geek. Yun yung, the geek. So, gumawa siya ng paraan para, natutuwa kasi siya, yung mga cheerleaders, sila yung mga sikat. So, actually, ang plano niya is pabaksakin, pero naging isa siya sa mga yun. Ayan. So, naging mean din siya. Na-adapt niya kasi yung kultura hanggang sa naging part siya ng grupo na yun. So, yun yung, yun yung hindi natin may iwasan talaga. Yung, pag may nagustuhan tayo na grupo, gusto nating salihan, i-adapt natin kung ano meron sila. Why is it important to build and maintain relationships with people around us? Excuse me. So, again, it's very important because no one is an island. And that's true. Okay? Lahat tayo gusto natin ng ma-maintain or mag-build ng relationship. Kasi, again, it's part of who we are, social animals. Ika nga sa previous lesson natin. Okay, and there are different types of relationships. Okay? We have the family, we have the friendship, we have the casual, and romantic. Okay, so for the family, syempre, yan yung una mong society, yan yung una mong kultura, yan yung una ka matututo, yan yung family mo. So, the stronger foundation you have with your family, yun yung dala-dala mo until hanggang sa lumaki ka, hanggang sa ikaw na mismo yung bubuo ng sarili mong family. Friendships, okay, paglabas mo ng iyong family, paglabas mo ng society, ng yung social group mo na family, syempre friendships na yan sa community mo, or pwede sa school mo, or sa workplace. Yan. Next would be the casual. Ayan, yung mga acquaintances. Ayan. Ito may also be the type in which there is a need to interact. Pero hindi, not necessarily to be close to them. Kasi nga, syempre, may mga times na, like, for example, may mga social gatherings, okay? Social gatherings are also important kasi nga dun ka nagkakaroon ng mga acquaintances. Okay? Itong mga acquaintances na to, in the future, pwede makatulong to sa iyo. Uy, kakilala mo pala si ganito. Uy, magka-schoolmate tayo, magka-batchmate tayo, baka pwede mo naman nakatulungan sa lisensya ko, di ba? Ayan yung mga ways, in short, nagkakaroon ka ng connection even with your acquaintances. And also, and also in romantic. Okay, so this is another relationship. So, ayan, kasi nga, from there, dun ka nabubuo at sarili mong family. So, importance of belongingness in relationships. Ayan, so we have the positive belonging. So, syempre, it's good to be with other people. That's true. That's a positive feeling. Okay? Excuse me. Social graces, you can learn more about yourself because of people around you. Tell me who you are. Diba sabi nila, tell me who your friends are and I'll tell you who you are. May mga times kasi talaga na it's either you influence them or they influence you. Okay? Positive or negative. peer pressure, ayan, people may influence your past. Ayan. So, yan yung sinasabi ko kanina. Family connections. So, balancing your relationship between your family and peers is important. If you listen very carefully dun sa previous lesson natin, um, may mga times talaga na mas gusto mong kasama yung mga barkada mo kaysa sa family, sa family mo. Okay? So, kapag ganun ang nararamdaman ninyo, there's something wrong, dapat mas gusto mong kasama yung family mo. Okay? Diba first love, sabi nga nila, first love never dies. So, syempre, first love mo family mo. So, you need to balance yung relationship mo dun sa social groups na yun, family and then peers. Okay? Pero sana, family pa rin talaga yung priority ninyo. Okay? Negative bonding. Ito, developing a sense of independence. Sometimes you also need to stand on your own. Ayan. So, again, being in having relationship with someone is good. Okay? Kasi it develops partly who you are. Pero syempre, kailangan mo rin maging independent. Kailangan mo magkaroon ng sarili mong pananaw, kailangan mong magkaroon ng sarili mong views, okay? Kailangan mong dumepende sa sarili mo. In terms of, if once you reach, may age ka na marireach kung saan importante na meron ka na rin sariling desisyon. Pero syempre, hindi mo pa rin naman hindi mo pa rin naman isinasantabi yung sinasabi ng family mo. So, andun yung part na magpo-pros and cons ka na. Lalo na yung itong negative bonding na to, masarap magbiyahe kasama family, pero maganda rin na magbiyahe ka mag-isa mo para at least alam mo kung saan yung mga pupuntahan mo. Lalo na kung halimbawa maghanap ka ng trabaho, no? Di naman pwedeng kasama mo magulang mo pag naghahanap ka ng trabaho. So, yan yung mga bagay na dapat mo matutunan on your own. Communication is key in relationship. That's true. Okay? Kailangan mo makipag-communicate. Kahit masakit, kailangan may pag-communicate ka. Kasi may mga times, di ba, na parang ayaw mo nilang marinig yung sasabihin kasi nga masakit, kasi nga totoo. Pero, kailangan kasi why? Again, that's one of the challenges that you need to overcome. Kasi hindi natin alam yung sinasabi ng tao na yun na ay makakatulong pala sa atin. So what we do is we do not focus on the negative side nung sinasabi. Okay, we focus on the positive side na ano yung dapat kong matutunan? Ano yung dapat na learning ko from this situation na pwedeng magamit ko in the long run. So if there is miscommunication, there will be misunderstandings and this can cause problems in relationship. So yun yung usually na problem yung sa communication. So again, if you lack communication with your family, then you may start doing so. Start now, especially that we are in this situation. Lagi mo silang nakakasama pero hindi mo pinapansin. Bakit hindi ikaw yung mag-start ng conversation? Okay? So, malay natin, di ba? O yung mga friends na hindi na natin nakakausap, di ba? Kamustahin natin? O, kamusta ka? Kamusta ka, kaibigan? O, di ba? Alright, roles in relationship. So, our role, behavior expected by someone who holds a particular status. Okay. So, again, ito. Di ba, ito yung mga madalas natin na naririnig at madalas natin nakikita. So, naririnig natin kapag mayaman, kailangan clean and proper ang kanyang move, and also kailangan may etiquette, ganyan. So, yan yung mga madalas natin nakikita kasi mayaman, yan. Status kasi, diba? Nakikita daw sa status. Tapos kapag ikaw ay nasa laylayan ng lipunan, yan yung mahirap, magulo. So, andun na yung nai-stereotype na. Okay? May stereotyping na tinatawag. Knowing how to behave or act accordingly based on your relationship helps maintain the relationship. Now, when it comes to roles and relationships, okay, for the role, behavior expected by someone who holds a particular status. Expected kasi sa atin, lalo na sa inyo guys, na yung mga expected sa inyo ng inyong mga parents, ng inyong family, ng inyong friends, na maayos yung kumbaga, okay, so roles and relationships. So for the role, behavior expected by someone who holds a particular status. We are expected to behave properly, okay, depending on what your status is. Tulad ko, ako pag nasa school, iba yung the way I behave, iba rin yung kapag I'm with my friends, okay? Iba rin yung kapag I'm with my family. So, makikita mo yung, pero hindi yun dahil sa you are just pretending. No, hindi. Kasi may mga times na kailangan, halimbawa sa school, you have to act professionally. Okay? Kailangan professional ako doon. Kasi yun yung status ko doon. Then pagdating sa bahay, andyan yung nagtatawanan, or with my friends, andyan yung nagtatawanan, lokohan, ayan. So, iba na yung ko doon, behavior ko doon. And then, when I'm with my friends, with my family, ayun na yung syempre, kilala na nila ako, doon ako lumaki. So, kung ano yung nakalakhan ko doon, kung ano yung pagkakakilala nila sa akin, yun yung nakikita nila sa akin. Okay? Hindi na yung mga professional, wala na yung professional side. Ayun. So, kayo rin, pag nasa school kayo, syempre, that's a different environment, and your status there is a student, you learn, okay, you want to learn, you're a learner, so dapat yung behavior mo as a learner. Okay, and then when you're with your friends outside school, di ba, dyan yung time na, usapan nyo iba na, di ba, you talk about things like yung mga video games, wow, so old, yung mga online games, ayan. Knowing how to behave or act accordingly based on your relationship helps maintain the relationship. Ayun. So, yun nga with your boss, syempre professional ka. With your friends, ayan, yung friendly, yung iyong behavior, and then with your family. So, these are the questions to ponder on. What roles do you think you have at school or at home? And how do you manage your roles? Wala lang, something to think about. Okay? Diba? Ano nga ba yung roles ko sa school? Ano nga ba yung role ko sa bahay? Bilang anak, bilang kapatid, kung ikaw ay panganay, diba? Ano ba yung role mo sa bahay? Ano ba yung dapat na ginagawa mo? And how do you manage your roles? Here's a video, just a short video. Hope you like it.
Well, it's finally happened. You think you found the person of your dreams, and now?
You're hopelessly in love.
Or are you?
How can you tell if it's really love?
The key is, you've got to learn the differences between attraction, infatuation, and actual love.
Attraction is based on what you see. You know, how a person looks and acts. The problem is, what you see isn't always what you get. So then, what is infatuation?
Infatuation is not only about what you see, it's about how you feel. You may have romantic feelings, but those feelings can change.
And fast. Infatuation may seem like love, but because it's based only on how you feel at the moment,
it can just fall apart.
So, how do you know if it's really love? One that will last?
Real love grows when two people are kind, hardworking, and share the same spiritual outlook. At 1 Corinthians 13 verse 5, the Bible says that real love doesn't look for its own interests.
For example, that guy you like so much? How does he handle money? Does he have to drink alcohol to have a good time? What are his goals? Is he really working toward them? Or is he all talk and no action?
And what about that girl you just can't stop thinking about? Who are her friends? And how does she treat them? How does she treat her family?
There's a lot to learn about another person. It takes time. So before you get swept off your feet, remember,
Attraction is based on what you see.
infatuation is based on what you feel. But real love?
Is based on what you know.
So, romantic relationships can also be confusing. Ayan. So, akala natin yun na yun. Akala natin, siya na lang. Siya na siguro. Okay? And then, hindi pa pala. So, like me, I've been through different situations before I end up with my husband. So, sa ngayon, guys, study lang. And, well, you can find a lot of inspirations. Pero for now, huwag muna tayo mag-isip about romantic relationship, ha? Okay. So, attitudes and behavior towards sexuality and sexual relationships. So, entering relationship, setting limits in sexual expression, sense of responsibility in terms of knowing possible consequences. So, exploring sexuality should be able to draw their limits in terms of sexual expressions and should be responsible enough to see the future results or consequences of their behaviors. So, mahirap kasi yung maging impulsive tayo, di ba? Nga sabi ko sa inyo, dyan na naman papasok yung kay ego at super ego. Mahirap talaga yung maging impulsive sa isang relationship kung papadala tayo sa emotion. Nako! Don't let the emotion control you. Okay? Always remember that you can control your emotions. May times lang ayaw mo. Kaya sinasabi mo na hindi ko kaya. No, you can. Okay? I was able to do it. So, kayo rin. So, sexual relationship is healthy when the adolescent sees this as part of a loving relationship, not as something that is just for exploration or pleasure. You'd probably experience this when you reach the level na you're already working, na you already have a stable job, at meron ka nang naiipon. So, somehow, ito na yung mga naiisip mo at meron ka na, kumbaga nakatulong ka na sa family mo. Okay? Saka mo palang maiisip ito. Alright, health and nutrition, it's also very important. Eat healthy foods, alright? Kasi nga, if you're healthy, then you'll have a lot of time to socialize. Okay? And, wag masyadong, kumbaga, balance lang. Iba-balance lang talaga. I heard this, 95% is from food and 5% is from exercise. So, kahit gano'n pa pala tayo nag-exercise, kung sobrang dami yung kain natin, wala din. So, dapat we balance pa rin talaga yung kain natin. And also, to have enough sleep. Alright? So, okay, ito, let me show you this one.
need this at some point.
I deserve this.
I thought you were paleo.
You're telling me that if a caveman saw a muffin in the wild, he wouldn't eat it? Bull.
Okay, so that is actually true. Ako, feeling ko nga, sabi ko, parang ilang beses ko na sinabi yung magda-diet ko. Pero, hindi yun, nag-increase yung weight ko eh. So, and also, hindi ako kakain ng rice, pero sandamakmak naman yung kain ko ng snacks. O, diba? Ganun din. So, body image and self-esteem. Okay. So, also, this one is important. Let me show you this one.
Hey, Wellcasters. Listen, it is all too easy to buy into the belief that your body is just not good enough. It's too easy to feel inadequate, like you need to constantly change who you are and what you look like just to fit into an ideal of beauty. Stop. Breathe. Today on Wellcast, we're going to be talking about body image. Sometimes we get so focused on the parts of our bodies that we wish we could change that we forget to recognize how amazing we are. Here we offer 5 suggestions to help you quiet the unhealthy, negative thoughts about your shape and size and boost your self-esteem. Step 1. Look inward and be your own inspiration. The average American model is 5'11" and weighs 117 pounds, meaning she's 7 inches taller and weighs 23 pounds less than the average woman. What you see on the runway is like a crazy funhouse image rather than real life. So don't chase airbrushed, back-breaking ideals, and instead ask yourself, what makes you memorable? Don't punish yourself for your so-called flaws and recognize the attributes that make you an individual. Strength can be found in differences. What a boring world it would be if we all looked exactly the same. Aim to be the best you can be. Step 2. Think about this. You don't want to sacrifice your future health for your current figure. Especially if you're in middle school or high school. How you treat your body now will greatly affect how you develop for the rest of your life. Did you know you can actually be ruining your body prematurely with excessive dieting, strenuous weightlifting, or taking steroids and supplements to build muscle? Cut it out! Your body is still growing, and the shape you have now is definitely not permanent. Think of your teen years as the one long transition period. So chill out. Let your body take the shape it was meant to. You'll be far more beautiful and healthy in the long run. 3. Don't keep moving goalposts back. It's easy to try to aspire to people like Beyonce or Kim Kardashian, work really hard at a sculpted chest like Cristiano Ronaldo. But if you aim to shape your body just like someone else's, you're fighting a losing battle. Genetics are largely responsible for determining a person's shape and size. You cannot fight nature. Step back from these athletes, models, actors you admire from a distance and look at all the cool men and women around you in your immediate life who manage to balance family, career, and exercise. Everyone gets a boost from a compliment, so remind these individuals just how beautiful they are, inside and out, and that they inspire you. Hey, you never know who else around you is feeling blue. Your cuticles are immaculate. Step 4. Talk it out with someone who specializes in health. Hey, If you have real concerns about your size, go ahead and speak to your doctor, your coach, your fitness instructor, or physical education teacher. They're going to help you set small goals for yourself. They can instruct you on the safest way to bulk up or slim down based on your body type. They have dedicated their lives to studying health and wellness, and they'll be your best and most personalized resource for helping you determine the safest and most effective path for getting the results that you desire. Step 5. Step away from the mirror and help somebody else. Assessing your appearance for hours each day can turn you into a self-obsessed monster. Instead, get out of your head and go do something for others. Get involved in an after-school tutoring program or gather a group of friends to help out at a local shelter. Volunteering will help you gain experience and it will lift your mood. Plus, you'll probably make new friends while helping others. Everybody wins. To recap, Wellcasters, you are perfect as you are. Rather than obsess about sculpting a built body, shift your focus onto what's fabulous about your shape and size. If you have real concerns, ask a professional for health and fitness advice based on your specific situation. And lastly, be active in your community and make sure your eating and exercise habits are smart and safe long-term choices.
Okay, so that's about it. Thank you, guys. We'll have part 2 of challenges.